Table Gaming with a bit of Proxy from Hyper-G and Lucky Sixes.
It's on the table as well. Who'd have thought?
Yeah,
Aloha.
yeah. Hello. Ha, 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 ha. So, it's not been the best start to breakthrough that you've
Yeah,
ever had. Well,
with a
yeah.
tournament, really. Yeah. So
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Have you ever lost your first two battles in a
I'm
tournament?
sure I have. I'm sure. Well, I don't even know for first out of Warriors, but I'm sure I have.
No, no. I think in round two you went against Ross's Ogres
Oh
of
yeah.
the first out of war, so that was out. That was okay.
So I won that one.
It's going back a while now,
Um.
isn't it?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So certainly, especially with this army, the
Yeah.
Warriors. Um.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a odd situation, but up against Sam Freestone, who I've played a few times actually.
Sounds cool.
More
We like
recently as
Sam.
well. Yeah, really good lad, really good to talk to with his ID and some
Yeah.
cracking models as well. I'll see if I might have some close-ups of it. You know the army by now. The
I
big
do.
old, big you especially. Big old chosen lord. Chosen who aren't really doing chosen things at the minute. Probably
No.
safe to
Yeah.
say. Wretched one's doing all right. Chosen Knight's okay, and the big block of warriors are probably my mainstay in the army.
Yeah.
Onto the Infernal Dwarves, and it's a very similar list to the list I played with my High Elves. No,
Okay.
with my vampires actually. In
Yes. Against Jordan, was it?
no, this is against Sam.
Oh, right. No,
So
no, I know this is against Sam, but the
yeah,
one when you
so the
played the list
one,
before.
yeah. So I played Sam at Clash.
Oh, so Sam hasn't changed his list much, is what you're saying.
Not much, no.
Gotcha. I'm
It's
with
sort of same sort of things. You can turn off and on the flaming, which in this one he just wants to turn it on. There's no reason to turn it off.
you. Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so big block of immortals, big Kademon Titan, some incarnates, giant, and a big block of ziggurat regular blunderbusses, which
Yeah.
might actually
Yeah.
cause me a bit more problems this time round, because I've got some high armor elite shizzles going on rather than zombies.
Yeah, too right. Yeah. Bit of
um,
witchcraft in there as well. I like it.
Witchcraft and the Pyro Wizardmaster, which actually isn't too bad for me.
No.
Um,
No, the AP isn't
yeah.
so much of a thing.
We played Counter Thrust and Hold the Center. Hold the Center is generally a good thing, but against all these immortals and big blocks of blunderbusses, I'm not sure whether it's a good thing or not. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but it should be I mean, it should be a good thing for me in terms of that.
Means
And
you don't
Counter
have to go very
Thrust,
far.
Counter Thrust, yeah, and Counter Thrust means exactly that. We're closer, so
Mm.
hopefully the battle will be on. He
Yeah, I
did
mean, look
his,
at you. You're both right there
yeah,
already.
yeah. We both want it. He did his classic, putting his the
Vassals.
cavalry down
Yeah.
to try and block the main center. So I'm a little bit further back than he is. Although his main blocks are actually, ironically, very similar
Mm.
sort of
Yeah.
distance. That big Kareem Titan on that side. Look at that, lovely.
Looks like a beautiful model. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So left to right, I've got my chosen knights, wretched ones with barbs behind, warriors in the middle, wretched ones, and chosen. Choosing to split up my wretched ones this time, but they're still within 18 inches of the one on the right.
Yeah.
There, he's got Kadeem Titan up the top with the dreaded AP10 stuff going on.
Mm. Mm.
It's like melting copper. It's like molten copper, but it's yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then he's got
I
his
know what you
two
mean.
vassal levies, I think they're called, at the back.
Yeah, where they should be.
Big block of red blunderbusses over there with the vassal cav in for the front. Immortals next to them. Kadeem incarnates, and behind us, just to prove it, is a giant as well.
A giant. It looks pretty
Um,
funky as well.
yeah, man. So I mean, yeah, some nice models. Sam's always a gent as well, nice to play.
Very much so.
And
Yeah.
we were both very much on the beers, son.
I bet you were, yeah.
Well, we both on a similar amount. So Sam
Well,
had
I guess
some.
so. Yeah, you must be facing each other for a reason, I
Yeah,
guess.
we were saying I had some similar luck to myself prior in the last few
Sure.
battles as well. So we were both raring to go
Drowning Sorrows.
and with a point to prove, I think. So
Yeah.
he went first, and we did a bit of one for one in because of counter thrust, and then he dropped for everything and went first. Moved up. Not too aggressively. He does have the Relentless Company, I think, on the
Okay.
blunderbusses, but obviously didn't choose it, and doesn't want to let me have any easy charges, but wants to zone me as much as possible, and that's kind of what he does. The blunderbusses can't shoot this turn, but will moving forward so that they can next turn. This is, I think, I want to say the Fassel
Pyro?
Cav plinking off one, but it might be
Oh,
Pyro as well.
that's a good shot.
Yeah, but it's either magic or shooting that does that,
Mhm.
and he puts a
Flammable.
flammable token on me, which is
Hmm.
a theme.
Yeah.
Onto my turn, and my wretched ones go mental again. They go like 15
Okay.
on the left. I don't really like the incarnates versus my other wretched ones though, because they're all flaming attacks, and the wretched ones die. So
Are you
I
going home?
sent them back. I thought, well, what I want to do is I want to clear up some stuff and then put them forward. So weirdly, these wretched ones are for late game rather than
Wow.
a bit of a different tact there.
There's a late game for warriors?
Yeah, well, right, exactly. My late game being turn 4, right?
Well, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Where everyone else usually starts playing,
Yeah.
you know.
Chosen Knights go on the hill for a. I figure if he wants to leave me a 6/6, then I'll do it if I'm on the hill,
Hmm.
but not otherwise. And my Babs basically stay there, so they're within 18 of everything apart from the Chosen. The
Yeah,
Chosen,
you're definitely really pushing the 18-inch thing, aren't you? You know, you're literally 18 inches and no nearer.
yes, yeah, pretty much. I just my Babs don't want to get caught up in anything in this game.
Yeah.
With a few of the high movement stuff from ironically the DID.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, though, my warriors and chosen don't really fear anything, especially with the blunderbusses not being able to get in as well as other things.
Yeah.
Um, as long as I don't have to split my attacks, I'm not too bothered. I'm actually quite far away from the immortals, and because they're only 3-inch movement.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I don't, so and based on his movement, I don't think he really wants it. Um,
Does he want it?
does he want it? So I test it. I don't care. Anything can go into the chosen right there. I'm pretty sure I wipe out anything. So I just push up
Yeah. Great.
as I can. He charges the flank and the front of these wretched ones, which I'm
Hmm.
not too bothered about because it kind of gets them in like a zone for me to
Yeah.
counter charge them as well.
And plus, you can move your Chaos Knights, your Chosen Knights round.
Yeah, and again, I don't know whether he'll go through him. He has got flaming attacks on the Academic Titan. It is Walking Earthquake, so it is pretty lethal.
Yeah.
But
It's a worthy sacrifice if
yeah,
it gets everything in one place.
Yeah, that's it. So anyway, he moves up like so. He has got a long charge. I think he needs an 11 to get into my flank, which
Okay.
arguably,
Yeah.
again, arguably is something I could have definitely changed. And he's
Well,
able
yeah.
to chaff both my
Yeah.
units. So
Yeah. Push your barbarians could charge the flank of his Kadim if that happens, you know. There's
exactly.
no issue, right?
There's always hope there. His giant, I'll move us just so you can see, goes into the flank/rear of my
Yeah, that's
chosen.
cool.
Again, I'm even not bothered if it goes into
No.
the rear of me. It's gonna do some wounds, but I'm gonna. I mean, even I've got if it goes into the rear, I've got 4 by 12 attacks, hitting on 2s. Sorry,
Yeah,
3s,
after he strikes as well, because you're great
wounding on
weapons, aren't you?
3s.
So, oh no, your lightning reflexes,
lightning
aren't you? Yeah,
reflex. So
yeah, he'll be dead before you ramp him
yeah,
up.
even in the rear, I'm not too bothered. So yeah, and if he goes in alone, happy days.
First time you said that.
Yeah. Moving on. They do 15 out of 18 wounds, so pretty
Okay.
impressive, but do stay
Yeah.
there. And actually, that's good. I'd rather
It
you
is.
do 17 out of 18, so he's only got 1 combat res for the next one.
Yeah.
But it means that he can't overrun, and it means that I have a charge with my chosen knights.
Too bad.
So
You
I
didn't kill
don't.
many back in return.
No, I didn't.
Suppose they're like three up, 4 up armor.
Yeah, both of them are 3 up armor, so I can't do much about that. As you can see, these flammable tokens are everywhere as well.
Yeah, they always are.
Or
You really can't
incendiary.
counter that. Yeah.
So the only I'm not sure. Obviously, the chosen knights from there probably can't get into the blunderbusses, but can get into the Demon Titan and
I'd say so.
potentially overrun. The issue, I guess, is I don't know how they fare against the Kidney Titans. It does have D3+1 AP 10 attacks, but I've then got 15 Strength 5 attacks going, and maybe some magic as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's only got, I think, 6 wounds. I think. Yeah, it's one of them. I've got a chance, so let's go for it. I think. I charge. I just want to see.
I think you got to try it.
I charge everything that can. Hoping I'm in the front of these vassal levies.
Which is fine.
The worst case scenario is I'll just move forward and it is hold the center. So I'm looking to draw this time, or if I can overrun with my chosen knights to win this one, and then I will. In terms of the objective. But yeah, so charge everything in. I make it in with everything as you can expect. The wretched ones come back up because they like a giant. I will take a giant out of everything. I've got like a 10 overrunning to get into the Kiddy Montanets with the chosen as well.
Okay.
So there's that. I go in. And I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds out of 6.
It's 7 actually, but yeah.
Oh well, out of 7.
Yeah.
Okay. That is with lethal strike and
spectral blades
off though. So
that's gutting. Yeah.
Kind of because he's got a 5 up, I believe.
Yeah.
This guy. So he just saved a bunch of 5 up ages because he hasn't got any armor to that. And I'm lightning reflexes on them as well with halberd, so I'm hitting on 2s, wounding on 5s, re-rolling, with like I don't know what is it, 15 attacks plus the mounts attacks. So like
it's dicey. It's dicey.
I felt the 8 with Aegis, anything can happen, right? As well, but
of
I was
course.
like, okay. And then he goes back and does 5 wounds to me. And he holds.
Yeah.
Is he supernal? Maybe.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Either way, he passes the break test, doesn't take any more wounds, and we stick to where we are. And I was like, that's if I just do a couple more wounds, like because I think he passed a few more than he did. It was like a fairly even gun. And I expected the wounds back, if nothing else. That was quite low on the wounds back actually.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to kill him before he killed me. That was all.
Yeah, I mean, the plus point of this is that you might be able to kill him in his turn.
Yeah.
And then you can charge in your turn.
I've still got spectral blades off, and I've only lost 3 attacks, so I should do.
Yeah. What?
But
say what?
Because of all the combat res being that I did 5, he did 5, and he's got 3 wounds from the wretched ones. Granted, he hasn't got the blunderbuss or anything. I lose by 1 and fail my reroll of 7. Oh no, it's 8 because the general is within and get run down.
Oh no! Well, that's in your turn, the turn you charged,
and that's
or
in my turn. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Which I was gutted about. I must admit. Yeah, I guess the wretched one. Wounds, but I mean that's where the extra attacks and even like the charge on the flank and the stuff. For whatever reason, I did lose, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a bit shitty.
Well, he's got a lot of ranks on it. Are the blunderbusses 7 wide or 8 wide?
8, I think. Well, they don't count because they killed the wretched ones.
Sure.
So it's only the wounds. So he's got 5 wounds plus the wretched ones, which makes 8. Maybe I did 6 wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it only looks like 5. But either way, that Kiddy Titan's got 2 wounds left for me to do. I've got no range and only barbarians to counter them. Not a good spot for me.
No.
Early doors, not a good spot. I felt a bit gutted with the Chosen Knights not doing it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just, again, like we said, I'll just do it on the next turn. And then they failed the break test for whatever reason, and that wasn't good. Over here, I overrun like 3 or something.
Yeah, not far enough.
Not far enough. And he charges both. Secretly, I'm pretty happy. Because 4 will have to go against the giant, but I've still got 6 going first against the Kiddy Incarnates, and that's still 24 attacks. 25, actually. No, so 6 times 3, 18, 19 attacks. against these guys hitting on 3s, wounded on 2s.
Yeah.
I've only got 5 up save, so
that little 5-up save thing.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's a 5-up save, but then I've got also the giant with no save whatsoever.
Of course.
And he'll be hitting me on like 3s because of wrath, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm secretly quite happy. I think I can do a job here, and if nothing else, just take these. Even if I trade off for these, I think it'd be good enough for the win. The Kareem, it's his turn, so the remaining movement is doing
that's
this.
the double blow with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, barbarians.
I mean, yeah.
Hi.
I was thinking at this point.
This is where sorcerers scatter.
Do I buff them up and try and get some lethal strike, or what on earth do I do? But yeah, I mean, otherwise he sort of moved back with his 3 scoring units. I've got my warriors versus his blunderbusses. We'll see how that goes. And I'm pretty happy with the on the right flank, because I think my chosen can do a job against them, and if not, at least hold for one round.
One's coming in,
and Richard wants to kill off the giant. So yeah, I'm secretly quite happy on that on the right. But Sam said, I honestly don't know how this goes, so I'll put them all in. So it was more of a tester than anything. I lose 2. I think Word of Iron helps with this, with all the blunderbuss attacks.
Yeah, sure.
But I do lose 2. Onto combat, and this is after combat.
Well, there's a giant still there, and there's only 1 Kadim gone. So what's going on here?
I did 0 wounds to the giant.
Say what?
And I did 3 to the Kadim, which means I have.
You strength 6 or strength 7?
Strength 6.
So you're hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s with 8 attacks.
12.
12 attack. Yeah.
Either way, I do 3 and he does 11. And my chosen are auto breaking. Which I
I've already used this. Say what?
I couldn't believe. I was like, oh, well, that happened. I don't even think he saved lots. It was just I just rolled loads of 1s and 2s. And
chosen.
Yeah,
that goes for the knights as well.
A really good spot goes really bad. And yeah, they auto break and get run down. And I mean, I do have
Wretched ones to the rescue, but that giant's on full wounds. You're just gonna hurt. You're just gonna tickle him.
Yeah, basically.
Well, you're last actually, so that's probably better for you.
Oh, it is better than that front. But yeah, so this is an interesting spot. We'll see how that goes.
That's a good picture with the giant with its fist. Like, yeah, come on then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've just beaten up some chosen. What have you got?
Yeah,
not a lot.
The wretched ones are shaking their fists back. Like, I'm not sure.
In my turn, this is, I think, us drawing the objective.
Yeah, sure. That blunderbusses have been there a while.
Maybe I'm still 1-0 up from the... Oh no, the chosen doesn't stop. So yeah, it's got to be drawn at the minute.
We're down to 2 scoring units as well, aren't you? So
well, yeah, with the barbs.
I'm counting the barbs. They need to be counted, right?
I charge and he flees, and he flees.
Flees.
If you look, he actually flees quite a distance. So like more than 6, I think it was he needed.
Yeah.
And he flees through there. I mean, they do a whole bunch of wounds to themselves through the DTs, but they're not less than a quarter. They're not less than a half.
Yeah.
If they rally on like an 8, then they're good. So
the Warriors would have killed them to a man, or at least got points out of them.
So I redirect into the Immortals. I don't get in, but at least at the end of this turn, I will be 1-0 up on the objective. So. There's that. The remaining moves, my Babs go, you know what? We'll see what we can do. We might get some buffs on them. And the Sorceress goes, yeah, guys, you have got this.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a close look over there.
Yeah. But keep going, guys. I get Spectral Blades off for the reroll to wound, not lethal strike on these guys. And they kill the giant for 3 wounds, which I'll take. They overrun into the Kadim Incarnates, and they do have flaming, but I'm hoping with the reroll to wound, I'll at least do some wounds.
And your irredeemable thing means you will attack anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But then I thought that would chosen, so who knows?
Yes.
He goes into the barbarians here, and I'm just hoping for 2 fluky wounds.
At least you passed the terror test.
That's it. 2 fluky wounds is all I need.
Mm.
He marches up him because I
Mm.
charged. I give him a chance to get out,
Yeah.
and he does.
Yeah.
So there's that. Uh, I put Rod of Battle on before just to make sure he doubly doesn't want to go in. Then he Raven's Wings right over here, out the way.
Nice.
I couldn't do much about it. I can't remember whether I stopped it or not, or I was just like, you know what, you can have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Once they're out of your line of
Yeah.
sight, they can probably get away.
The good
And
thing for
on.
me is they're not next to the objective, so at
Yes.
least
On
because
the
that's
objective.
all I'm thinking now is that this game has gone so tits up that I'm just
Yeah.
got to think about how I get some points, and that block
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
middle should be okay for the rest of the battle. But then I've
Yeah.
got to catch something, and I've got to win the objective. So yeah,
Mm.
I go in. They do double the wounds of
Oh.
the chosen. I mean, they take 16. Oh no, what's that? 13 wounds, but
13.
those
Yeah.
guys I've got no save to that because it's flaming, so that's not actually that bad.
Jeez.
Um,
He's on speed
but
with
the
his
Kadima
rolls.
mechanics are doing work, that's for sure. My
Yeah.
barbarians lose 5
Steadfast
and
obviously
are
fails.
steadfast and lose and go and run off the board, and the
Mhm.
Kadima Titan is also feasting on a lot of my models.
Did you do a wound to it to
I
get
did
half
nothing. I
points?
did nothing at all.
Oh, ouch.
Onto my movement, and I've got to do something, and I've also got to
Yeah.
protect my
Sorcerers.
without them going into combat, so they can get me in combat. So I'm because they've got no save whatsoever. But so I put him there so that it will be difficult for him to get his pyro guys to actually be able to see me.
Sure.
Because that's currently his only magic. He does have blunderbusses, but obviously they've gone over there.
Did they rally?
Well, we'll see in a second.
Uh,
I move
I
my
can't see them.
general out.
I'm
I don't
hoping.
care. I don't care that I'm going to be what's it called, held up for so
Yeah.
long. I don't care about that. So I just want to get some points with him. He's not going to kill me for any reason, and there's scoring. They're scoring. So I'm currently still 1-0 up, and I don't want anything silly to happen so that I lose the objective.
Yeah.
So he goes over there just to kill him later on. They rally.
Oh. Thought I couldn't see them. I was really hoping.
Yeah. And they just go, you know what? We're just going to sit here and look
We're done. We're done. They've done a job.
our dead brethren, and laugh at them for dying to a rock.
Yeah.
I
I bet that your bottle of beer was a lot more drunk than Sam's was.
Oh yeah, I've got 3 as well.
More drunk.
My wretched one kills another guy off, but he
parting shot
polishes me off because he only needed 2 wounds anyway. Then it's his turn next. As you can see, I get some magic on the Great Weapon Warriors as well. It's his turn charges, I think. Hoping for some combat res, maybe.
Have you given him a flank?
No, I hadn't given him a flank.
Oh, right.
No, I think this has gone on to my turn. I think he's just moved around. Not a lot else happened. Then I charged him.
Right.
I moved over this way so that the other ones wouldn't come close. Basically, I know they've got the Immortals, but I don't think the Immortals can quite get there. He does have Raven's Wing, and that's the only thing I'm desperate to stop now.
Sure.
I get Alchemical Fire on them just so that because I can pop a Veil token to give him Flaming. Just
are you only 1-0 up on the objective or 2-0?
1-0 at the minute.
Right, so it is pretty.
It's basically
tight.
Drawn all the time.
Yeah, because of them.
Apart from the time that the blunders went, I kill 7 out of 8, and he's steadfast and holds.
Yeah.
He moves his blunderbusses up in just attacked for that, and he moves his other guys up, and this is its turn, and I do have a turn left, so I'm hoping that I should get rid of one of these units, if not both. So his Kadim Titan comes back into the fray as well. Again, don't think he's charging anything because he doesn't want to die, but just to threaten if you've got some combo charges, and the mortals stay well clear.
Yeah.
Into my combat. Into my turn actually. After combat, I do that, but he's steadfast again and holds. These they're just holding. They're just disciplined, you know. So I take my great.
Well, they've got 2 sorcerers with them now. So.
Yeah, the sorcerers and go into the other unit and want to. I need to clear one of these units off
Yeah.
now. In fact, both of them in order to win the
So he's
objective.
Ravens wings
Because he's Ravens
the
Wings them, and
blunderbusses. Yeah,
I did
didn't
stop
stop
that.
it.
Yeah, I did try and stop that. Luckily, I obviously do enough to make them not steadfast. I might even kill him to a man.
Yeah.
Then I kill them to a
Ah,
man.
thank goodness. So he doesn't
Ending
win
up,
the last objective point.
yeah, ending up drawing the objective.
Oh,
And
a drawing in the last
in the
turn,
last
but winning
turn,
1-0.
meaning I'd win 1-0. And this is the last turn of the last thing. It went really, really quick, like super quick,
Yeah,
because we just
It was
combat
game on,
armies.
really, wasn't it?
And yeah, so yeah, he smashed
Killed
me.
your chosen and your barbs.
I didn't really get too many points. There was a lot of little points and a lot of half points and things like that. His Gideon Incarnates just ran away, by the way. I had a option halfway through of whether I leave the objective and go for points or stay on the objective, but I just couldn't leave the objective.
That was the right call with the objective. You needed the objective, yeah.
And with the objective, it turns a pretty poor game from my part, very good from Sam's, obviously, into a respectable 9 loss, but a loss nonetheless.
Okay.
And I didn't really get many points. He got a decent chunk with all my chosen stuff.
And the barbs, yeah.
And yeah, once again, my chosen really not doing chosen things.
They're not. Drop them.
Well, this is it.
For round 4, drop them.
At the end of day 1, yeah, I'm sat on 16 points, which
that must. I mean, not that I kick you when you're down or anything, but I'm not sure you've ever been that low. Have you?
No. And
like we were talking about, you've never lost your first 2, but
yeah,
you've definitely never lost your first 3.
No, I haven't. And yeah, I sort of sat there. We had about an hour and a half left of this 2 hour 45. No, I think
yeah, 11 definitely feels better than 9. When you're in that
this
situation.
stage, yeah. I mean, we chatted for a bit as well, and it was nice because we chatted about we'd basically swapping stories about how rubbish we'd been.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a fun battle. Although it was quite hard to take both my flanks just crumbling instantly. I'd sort of hadn't planned for them to die so easily. I kind of it was a bit dicey, but I didn't realize how dicey it actually could have been. Especially the chosen had no debuffs or anything, and they had no buffs, so it wasn't like mano a mano. I would always back the chosen, so I guess just can't do much when that happens dice wise. Like to do not a single wound to a giant was just the icing on the cake, really.
Definitely.
But no, it was like I said, it was a fun battle. It's always nice to play Sam. He's a proper gent. In the community, and nice to catch up with him really and sort of chat about other stuff as well.
All right, so what were you planning Saturday evening, and is it Operation Save the Warriors for day 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So I'm hoping to get some bigger results. Well, I need to, right?
Yeah.
34 points. So I need to get top. Sorry. If I get 2/3, that's the same as the tournament that I'm hoping to replace.
Yeah.
At this point, I still 50 is still possible. I could get 36, 56. 56 is my max. 55 was my goal, so if I get 220s, I'm back on in the weirdest way.
Submarine.
Yeah, man. The submarines need to start rising. But yeah, so I mean, but I can't do much at this point, and if anything, just sort of telling people about how bad my chosen are. We went out
while they're in listening range.
Yeah, went out for a nice curry.
Standard.
It was a Sri Lankan actually.
Oh, okay.
Which I'd never had, but it was basically without dissing anyone. It was basically a curry with different breads and things like that. Yeah. So we did have chicken lollipops though. That was pretty fun.
Sure, is that not just chicken kebab?
No, it was a chicken lollipop.
All right, okay. All right. Sorry, I wasn't there. Fine.
Come on, respect the culture. And so we did that, and we had some nice drinks, and then got an Uber back to Matty's with Ad Lake came along as well, I suppose.
Great.
And yeah, we just me and Ad were just chatting about how we'd never played ever, and like so many tournaments we just dodge each other. But yeah, so no, not much thinking really. Not much. I wouldn't do anything too different. I don't think.
No.
Everything kind of played out. I think I'd do the same and just hope
Yeah,
for
I mean,
better
in
dice, I think.
hindsight, if the wretched ones hadn't gone backwards on the right hand side, maybe his giant wouldn't have got into the chosen rear. But I
Yeah.
don't think you were worried about having the giant in the chosen rear ever.
No.
So
But yeah, I guess it would make. I mean, on another day as well, I get a like 10 overrun into the incarnates.
yeah.
So it's.
Could you have re-rolled the wretched ones that went backwards to make them move less backwards?
Yeah.
Because they moved quite far back, didn't they?
Well, they went like 10, yeah. I think
it
maybe,
looked
maybe
like it was
9 or 10.
long distance, yeah.
But yeah, I could have, but I didn't. I
Yeah.
weren't bothered at that point.
It's
I
hindsight,
had a
isn't it?
tactic. I
Yeah.
was just like, right, they'll just mop up while
Yeah.
because I didn't think my chosen would like both of the chosen and the chosen knights died in one combat or like
Yeah.
fled
Yeah.
like
In
so-
your turn. No,
no,
not the
but
chosen.
in one round, and that hardly ever happens. They normally at least do enough to win combat or lose by enough to hold. I mean, the chosen knights. If the chosen knights don't run, I kill the Kniev incarnate, like for sure.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the blood bosses are in trouble. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a different game then. And if the chosen do more than 3 wounds and just hold, I should win that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, on another day, I think it goes pretty well for me. But it just today wasn't that day. That was all.
It was not. No. Not this day.
And in terms of the whole day one, really, that was kind of the
I think you did well to hold on to the objective.
Yeah, and like
That was hard
afterwards,
fought.
actually, when we got to it and did the points, and I had 9, I was like, you know what?
I'll take
Considering
it.
how the game went, fair play. I'll take that very much so. But yeah,
Definitely.
but no, as I said, Sam's a good lad. It was I couldn't, if I'm going to lose, it was nice to lose to him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think he's 2-0 up on me. Well, I'm not sure 2-0, but
Okay.
I beat him with my heels. 2-1, I
Well,
think he is up on me.
considering you're round 1 and 2, where you've got not great records against them, I am 1-0 up against Sam, so there's that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Rematch. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, very much. I was just like, you know what, roll on day 2. Let's smash it day 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
And see what
Relax
we can
now.
do.
Forget about your masters chasing all that lot. Let what will be will be.
Exactly.
And
So
maybe you're
but-
putting too much pressure on your lucky 6 dice. So,
maybe, yeah. The dice were feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
we roll on, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, give us some comments, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't already, what are you doing? I mean, really, we're well old now. We're an old channel. Practically getting the zimmers out. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed by now,
and it does help if you subscribe and stuff. All the algorithms and all that jazz. Even just clicking the like button really helps us.
Yeah.
So
definitely some algorithms going on.
Yeah,
too right. So let's go, Idaho, into round 4, day 2. Come on, lucky 6s. Come on, chosen.
I need your support, guys.
Yeah, let's rally.
See you later.